Heavy fighting resulted in one of the bloodiest days of the war. Hundreds of U.S. troops were killed and wounded in a jungle-covered mountain called Hill 137 yesterday afternoon. The battle has already been nicknamed Hamburger Hill for the butchery that took place there.
You know, the more I play this game with a flamethrower, the more it makes me wonder how psychotic the guys back in Vietnam must have been to use a flamethrower against an army full of guns. Because you know, for a fact, when that guy signed up, they could tell that he was crazy, and there was no psychological test. They just handed him the flamethrower and said, "Don't point it at us." He was like a wild card that they sent in. That, and it was also used to take out bunkers, which makes sense, but that's how it makes me feel in this game. Now, in the first Bad Company 2 video that I made, I mentioned that I've never actually played the Vietnam DLC, and at the time I didn't. But I've been playing a lot more of it recently, since Battlefield 1 is coming out, and believe me, I think we all can say that we can't wait for it. Now, in a few screenshots, it's been shown that there is going to be a flamethrower. I'm not sure if it's going to be in the multiplayer or not. I really hope that it is, because there's seriously nothing more satisfying than running around with a flamethrower in this game. Honestly, I don't care how many times I die. Just being able to get 1 or 2 kills per life is enough for me. Now, if it is going to be in the multiplayer, which, again, I really hope that it is, I do hope that they increase the range on it a tiny bit, not much. Just enough so that it reaches a little bit further, because in this game I feel like, as satisfying as it is, there is times where it's just not far enough to reach the person. And I mean, as it is, you're going up against people with guns, so it's a little bit unfair. And another thing that I hope for is that it can actually damage tanks or vehicles. Well, in this game it can actually damage vehicles, but it can't do any damage to tanks. I wish it did just even a little bit. Just enough to roast their marshmallows inside that thing so they have to hop out. That or add like a takedown animation or something. It's unfortunate that there's no gameplay of it yet. I'm sure that they might allow some release of it later on, closer to the release date. That is, if it's actually going to be released in multiplayer. Now, I'll answer this question now because I know I'm probably going to get it eventually. There are servers that are live for Bad Company 2 on PC. There's actually quite a few. Not so many for Vietnam, but more for the normal game. All you have to do is click search in the multiplayer if the servers don't show up. And if you have some other problem, well then, Google is your friend. If you're wondering what this map is, it's called Hill 137. Honest to God, I think this is my favorite map on Vietnam. There's a lot of foliage, which I've talked in the past that I love foliage in games. It gives you some nice cover, not obviously impenetrable cover, but enough that it makes visibility and lines of sight a little bit more difficult for snipers, because I feel like in the most games these days, it's way too open for snipers, and then you just get picked off by everyone. Then again, a map like this doesn't really affect me when I'm sniping, because I play pretty aggressive when I snipe. This guy here thought he was safe from the flamethrower. Not a chance. I love how his name was Lone Toaster too, because he was lonely when he got toasted. Oh, and another reason why I love this map. There's rock tunnels that you can actually go through to get to the next area, which I thought was just fantastic. I mean, where did these map designs go? I find it pretty unbelievable how just the simplicity of adding some more foliage and just adding hills or something like that can actually change the gameplay. Then again, this game wasn't super vehicle reliant, and by that I mean the vehicles aren't superior to the infantry gameplay. Yes, they're very strong, but they're easily taken out because there's not so many of them. Like I've said before, this game will always hold a special place in my heart, and I think a lot of fans can say the same, or will say the same. And I really hope that Battlefield 1 plays very similar, which I've heard by many people now that it is going to be very similar, including the bullet velocity, which I'm super excited about, because I felt in other Battlefields it was a little too wonky for me. It just felt off. I should also mention that if you guys are planning on trying this out for yourself using the flamethrower, I would highly suggest going with the medic. It seems a little bit more reliable than just getting extra ammo, because most of the people play the assault class anyways, so generally you don't run out of bullets or you die before you can even get to that anyways, so, or fuel I should say. It's not really bullets in a flamethrower. So it's always nice to have a med pack instead of a little bit of extra fuel. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and watching me roast some people. I definitely think it's a good idea for everyone to come back on Battlefield Bad Company 2. Brush up on your skills and get used to the gameplay before Battlefield 1 comes out, so then you'll be prepared. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Hundreds of U.S. troops were killed and wounded in a jungle-covered mountain called Hill 137 yesterday afternoon. The battle has already been nicknamed Hamburger Hill for the butchery that took place there.